Hello everyone, Gainer here, HDB Upgrading Strategies. And first of all, just want to apologize to you guys because I think probably I start a little bit late because all my Facebook live videos normally start at 10, so now it's a little bit slightly late, probably 5 to 7 minutes a little bit late. So hereby just apologize to you guys. So what is today's topic, right? By the way, today is my episode 11, right? 11. Which I think, I've been doing a lot of Facebook live videos and time passes really very fast. And now it's already my Facebook live, episode live 11. So welcome you guys again. So what am I going to share with you guys tonight? Right? Frankly speaking, I think this is something very relevant to a lot of HDB owners. Especially those, who have been staying in their HDB flats for quite a long while. Right, and today's topic that I'll be sharing is this, your HDB, right, past history prices. And for today, I'll be talking about past 10 years price history and actually how it's able to, or how actually is affecting your plans, right, as in your future plans can be upgrading or can be, downgrading, stuff like that. Once again, I know that you guys are streaming in to watch my live videos. So for today's topic, what is today's topic is really relevant to a lot of HDB homeowners, HDB upgraders, especially, I've been doing so many live videos, and I think probably I may not have shared with a lot of people about this past transactions before, right? Maybe I'm not, right? But today will be a little bit more detailed. So once again, those people who are streaming in, what am I sharing with you guys today? It would be your HDB past 10 years of price history, because later I'll be sharing with you guys different areas like Punggol, Sembawang, Yishun, Choa Chu Kang, Jurong, all these areas, and I'll be extracting these HDB blocks, one by one, but particularly just one block, because with that block probably you will know what is the surrounding prices as well, right? Once again, this is the topic for today, right? So if you guys are coming in, so don't mind, just help me to share with this video, like this video, give me some comments. The most important, just click the share button so that probably your friends, whoever that's watching can benefit as well, especially if your friends are also staying in the HDB flats, right? Okay, so without further ado, right, let me share with you, because I'll be extracting quite a different areas, where I'll be sharing, it will be Punggol, Yishun, Sembawang, Choa Chu Kang, Jurong, and lastly, it will be my house. Right, I'll be sharing with you guys my past history as well, so that you guys can probably look into it and see how it can affect you. Okay, first, let me share with you this Punggol, right? I extracted this block, right? This is Punggol block 110C. Can you guys see? Punggol block 110C, right? And I extracted the past 10 years price. Last 10 years, this is the price, right? So actually, particularly, I just, I'll be doing a few mixtures. So for this Punggol, I actually looking at this 5-room flat. Now I just want to share with you guys this, right? This is the past 10 years history. Can you guys see? Right? If you can see, probably just give me a thumbs up, or probably just comment says that you guys can see, because I think sometimes probably I'm not too sure if I zoom too near, or I think probably this is just nice, right? Now I just want to share with you this very important thing. This is actually from October 2009, right? If you look at the 5-room, right, the 5-room is actually around 383,000. Yes, correct, 383,000. So if I fast forward to 2018, which is 10 years later, because in 2019 probably there's no transaction in this particular block, but you can see that the price of this 5-room has probably just slightly increased, right, to 408,000. So 10 years ago it was 383,000, right? You guys can see, right? 10 years ago was 383,000. So 10 years from now, the last transacted for this block 110C Punggol in 2018, the transaction was actually 408,000. So meaning to say for the past 10 years, probably it's just only increased by 10 plus thousand, right? This is for Punggol. Now let me share with you another one more area, which is Yishun. Now Yishun, I also extracted block 398. Can you see 398 Yishun Ring Road? So whatever transactions that I'm extracting is actually for that particular block, right? Of course, from this, you can actually see the cluster around, more or less, if these HDBs surrounding are around the same year, then it will probably be also around, the pricing will probably be around the same, unless it's a new HDB versus a old. So, but it should be around the prices for the surrounding HDB blocks as well. So for this Yishun 398, right, for the past 10 years transaction, I've actually extracted for this particular 4-room, right? So if you can really see for 4-room, in July 2010, the transaction is actually, the unit transacted was actually 305. I'm so sorry if let's say it's a little bit small, but hopefully you guys will know where I'm coming from, right? It's 305,000, right? I think it's a bit blur. But nevertheless, I will actually share with you guys, right? So for May 2018, the last transacted was May 2018, and if you see closely, right, the transacted was actually 295. So meaning to say, around July 2010, 4-room flat was transacted at 305,000, and to date, which is the latest transaction, is actually in May, is actually 295. So the prices in fact dropped slightly deep a little bit, right? From 305 to 295. Right, there's probably 10 years history, you know, of you holding a HDB flat. The price didn't increase, but actually it decreased a little bit depending on the location. Right, this is for Yishun, right? The next one I'm going to share with you guys is actually Sembawang. Right, Sembawang. Okay, so Sembawang, I also extracted block 322 Sembawang Close. So if you really can see, I took out the 4-room. So in January 2010, can you guys see January 2010? The transaction was actually 360,000, right? So sorry, I think it's probably might be a little bit blur, but from here is 360,000, right? But in December 18, which is last year, quite recent, it was actually transacted at 348,000. And if you really see, this 360,000 was actually around mid-level, right? But eventually, in December 18, it was transacted at 348. So meaning 360,000 to the latest transaction was 348, also slightly deep in terms of pricing. This is for HDB block 322 Sembawang Close, right? This is for Sembawang. Now the next one I'm going to share with you guys is Choa Chu Kang. Now Choa Chu Kang also extracted 685A Choa Chu Kang, and I actually extracted out a 5-room. Now you can see this block probably quite a lot of transactions, but if you can see, oh, probably I think I missed out something. But if you can really see, actually this was in July 11, right? In fact, I think it was slightly more. It was in 2009 or 2010. In fact, the prices were actually 300 plus, but now it's showed 400 plus because probably I missed out the printing of another one more. I only print one page. But you can really see in January 19, which is very recent, a 5-room was actually transacted at this price, 338,000. So in fact, if I can share with you guys, probably because I didn't print out the other page, but in 2009 or 2010, the price of the 5-room in Choa Chu Kang was actually also around 300 plus thousand, which probably I will share with you guys later if I can have a screenshot somewhere so that you guys can see as well. So in fact, all these things probably, you know, if I can screenshot and put inside my post in this video post, probably will be good as well, right? So that you guys can have a clearer idea. Now the last thing is actually one of this. This is block 673 Jurong West for the past 10 years as well. Now this I extracted a 4-room, right? Once again, this is Jurong, block 673C, Jurong West, right? I've actually extracted the 4-room. So if you really see, right, in May 2009, the transaction, one of the unit was transacted at 331,000, right? But in November 18, right, the 4-room actually was transacted at 324,000. So meaning to say from 331,000, there's a dip to 324,000. So same for Jurong area, that area, right, for this particular block at 673C, the price for the past 10 years also deep, right? Lastly, I want to share with you guys my house, which is my previous HDB flat, which I stayed, right, which is block 264C, Compassville Bow. Now, if you, in fact, I bought new lah, right? I bought the HDB from, I bought from a sales of balance, so the prices was actually much lower. But I just want to share with you for the past 10 years, in September 2010, right? 2010 September, you guys can see, right? The price was actually around 473,000. But at the end, right, this is actually my unit in August 18. Can you guys see? August 18. I sold at 470,000. So in fact, for the past 10 years, also never increased. But I could have, if you really see, right, 2012, right, can you guys see? 2012, right, in fact, there was a transaction, October 2012, there was a transaction because my level was 4 to 6. I know this unit was sold because he was my neighbor. He actually sold for 574,000. But eventually, I sold my house probably in 2018 last year for 470,000. So imagine I could have made that extra 100,000, right? But I didn't do so. So the timing was not right for me. But having said that, during that time, probably I also didn't really explore a lot in terms of upgrading till now, which I've done so many cases. So what I want to share with you guys is this. I just want to illustrate this thing about this time chart that is based on my house, right? So this is my house, 264C, right? Compassville Bow. Now what I want to share with you guys is the timing. So for the start, this is where I bought my house. Alright, you guys can see, right? If you can see, probably just give me a thumbs up. And I sold in, so this is the 10 years history of my HDB price, right? In 2018, I sold in 2018 at 470,000. Okay, you guys can see. But in 2012, it was actually there was a transaction. My neighbor actually was he sold at 574,000. And that's a difference of 100,000, right? Now, I could have done something here during this point of time, 2012, but I done it here, 2018. Now, what I want to share is this. This is the timing, right? This is the timing. I actually lost around 100,000. But during that time, I could have done, I could have bought an EC, or I could have bought another new launch and making another sum of money as well, right? But I didn't do that. I did it only in this timing in 2018. Thereby the timing, I actually lost around $100,000. But today's topic, what I'm going to share with you guys is about the history of your HDB flats, right? For the past 10 years, I've showed to you from Punggol to Yishun to Sembawang to Choa Chu Kang and to Jurong, and even my own place, which is at Buangkok. Right, for the past 10 years, the history is either slightly deep or maintained there. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I want to ask you guys, right? If you could have done something during that, like what I could have done during here, rather than holding from all the way here to here, then I finally do something. The thing is that if you could have done something, probably you could have already upgraded your property to a better, a private condo, an EC, or probably you can even own 2 properties. Which is, I think, for me, if you really relook, if you are going to continue to stay your HDB for probably in the next 10, 20 years, now the biggest question is, would you be maintaining the same price, or probably it's going lesser, or probably, you know, I think generally, if you ask me, I've showed you the past 10 years transaction prices. It's probably dip a little bit or maintain. Now here's the biggest question. The question is, would you guys be looking to do something? Because the timing is important. Now if you probably miss that, we also have to understand that our age, we will grow older. So today, if let's say you are 40 years old and you decided to do maybe 48 years, if you are 8 years later, which is you are 48 years old, right? These 8 years, we have to ask ourselves this question: would our HDB prices be going up, or still maintain, or slightly dip? That's why I think for today's topic, what I think is so important is that if you guys really do have some plans, right, in terms of upgrading or probably doing something, then it's important for you guys to really relook at your HDB price history. Look at it probably for the past 5 to 10 years. Did you make a lot of money? If you bought a new property, a new HDB from the government, BTO flat, then probably you could have made. But if you have bought a resale flat, then probably your profits may not be there. So I think it's very important to relook at your HDB history prices and understand whether do you have an opportunity to do something, or do you have an opportunity to upgrade, right? Because I think this is extremely important, because a lot of people need the funds from the sale of their HDB in order to do something, right? However, sad to say, I know I do know some clients who probably have some negative sale, you know, stuff like that, and that's why they are unable to do something, and that's why they have to use up their own personal savings. So I think today's topic is really about how you guys, because I've shared with you guys the history of the HDB prices for some of the areas, and particularly I only extracted some of the blocks. So you can really see that the history, the prices may not be moving on an upward trend. It's actually stagnant or probably even going downwards, right? This is something critical for you guys to really take note. And then it's so important for you to review your own HDB prices and to see whether what can you do next. Right, thanks. I've seen some of my friends also have been watching. If you guys are watching, just give me a like, help me to share, you know, stuff like that. I would really appreciate. But for those people who are coming in, I probably have come to the end of this video, right? Once again, for those people who are watching, what I've shared is actually this past your HDB past 10 years price history. But of course, I just want to apologize because I think some of the figures, probably the numbers is a bit small. Next time I will see how I can print out much bigger so that you guys can see. But nevertheless, probably I will extract some of the transacted prices and post it in this video, this live post as well. So once again, this is about history of your HDB prices and about your plans. Alright, so with that, I hope you guys like this video, a short video, but I think at the end of the day, I want you guys to review your current HDB price history and see whether should you be doing something today, because I think this is so important, right? You know, I've showed to you 10 years. A lot of people have not made money from the past 10 years. If you buy resale for 10 years ago till now, you probably didn't make much. Worse, maybe it dipped a little bit downwards. That's a big question. Should you be doing something, right? If probably you made some money, then the question is also, would you need to do something, right? So thanks a lot. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys like it. Just give me a lot of likes, shares, comment something. Hope this is useful. And I'll see you guys next week again. Thank you so much. Good night.